Hey guys, it's Eric with Midgard Arms. Sitting here with Grizzly Bear. And so we're going to do another forgotten hunting cartridges. But this time I did the over 30 cal last time. This time we're going to do varmint edition. Alright. So first one I think was always cool. I got to shoot one once when I was younger and I thought it was a blast. It was no recoil. It was super flat shooting. A little tiny baby bullet. It was the 17 Remington. Okay, those things came out in 1971, based on the 223 net down to 17 caliber. It had poor ballistic coefficient and poor sectional density, so it made it susceptible to a lot of crosswind. So it really didn't take off for a lot of long range stuff, but I mean for popping ground squirrels, or rock chucks, or prairie dogs or anything like that. It's going to be one of those things that you can shoot it all day long as you have the reload and stuff works. I sure the hell wouldn't want to buy that over the counter. That shit's expensive. But it's something you can shoot all day long and have a lot of fun. Popping little vermin and stuff out there. 20 grain bullets are going about 4,400 feet a second, a little bit more. Shooting the 25 grains at 4,100 feet a second, and up to 30 grains at 3,800 feet a second. So I mean, it's a fucking rocket little cartridge. Originally, when it came out in 71, it came out with a 1 in 10 twist barrel, and then from I think it was from the maybe 10 years after that, mid 80s or something like that, they did it in a 1 in 9 twist to stabilize a little bit of the longer bullets. And then to throw into the same category, I'm going to say the 17 Remington Fireball. Okay, I'd love to shoot one of those things. The Fireball is based off the 221 Fireball, which originally came out in the Remington XP100 pistol. So, I mean, it's one of those things for one of those XP100s that if you're out there just having a blast shooting rock chucks or ground squirrels, it's going to be a little fun little son of a bitch to shoot out there. Super fast, and you're almost identical velocities with the 17 Remington. Just uses less powder. Second one, I'm going to say it's not, I'm not going to say it's one of the best out there, but I'm just going to give it an honorable mention because I think it's a really freaking cool one. It's the 218B. Came out in 1937, originally chambered in the, the Model 65 lever gun for Winchester. And it's based off the 3220, old black powder cartridge. Necked it down to the 22 caliber. And then, yeah, it was a cool little lever gun that you can have out there with shooting vermin and stuff out on the ranch or out on the farm, whatever, fox getting in your chicken coop. I'm sure 100 foxes a day back in the day were getting shot by the little 218B. I mean, really cool little guy. I thought I'd give it a good honorable mention. Shoots the 35 grainers at about 3,200 feet a second, 40 grainers at about 31, and up to 50 grains about 2,600 feet per second. And then in the 1950s, it got surpassed by the 222, the triple deuce. So that was a great one for an honorable mention, I thought. Next one is going to be the 222 Remington. Okay, came out in 1950. Other designation of it is a 5.7 by 43. They call it the triple deuce, the 22. The 222, I mean, it's got 100 million names out there, what people like to call it. It was kind of a cool one because it had no parent case. It was came out in the Remington 722, lost steam to the faster 220 Swift and the 222-250, but it led to the 222 Rim Mag, which was originally designed for the AR-15 platform when they were coming out with that. They were doing testing for the rounds, for the cartridges, and that was kind of what it was designed for, was that AR-15 platform. And then eventually they stuck it to the wayside to go with the 223-5.56 NATO. So the 222 shooting 40 grainers at almost 3,600 feet a second, 50 grainers at 3,100 feet a second, and 60 grainers at almost 3,000 feet a second. So it's a fast rocket little son of a bitch too. Probably not as cost effective to shoot a 222 as it would be to take a 223 out and plunk away ground squirrels or rock chucks or something like that. But it's still one of those things. If you have an old an old 722 or something like that chambered in it, hell, dust it off and try it out, because I mean, it'd be funner than hell to shoot coyotes or rock chucks with it. Probably pop them like pimples. And then the last one I'm gonna say is gonna be the 220 Swift. 220 Swift probably still has a decent following now. it's a hell of a cartridge. I mean, it's the fastest commercially made cartridge on the market. Shooting over, I think it was the first factory load to break 4,000 feet a second. So, fucking rocket of a thing. I used to have one for a while and shot coyotes with it. I actually decided not to keep using it because the coyote pelts would get destroyed with the little VMAXs that I was shooting out of that thing. It was crazy. But yeah, it's shooting the 40 grainers at 4,200 feet a second. And you're looking at 50 grainers at almost 4,000 feet a second, and 60 grainers at almost 3,700 feet a second. So, I mean, even up to 60 grains, getting close to 4,000 feet a second, that thing is a little rocket. It was based off the, it was made 1935, based off of the 6mm Lee Navy. It's a semi-rimmed cartridge. And lost favor due to the throat erosion. With that much speed, it's kind of like, you know, they talk about the 257 Weatherby or the 240 Weatherby mags. With all that powder behind that little tiny bullet, you erode the throats, you burn out the barrels and stuff. So it kind of lost popularity to that. But with the metallurgy we got today, different types of powders we got and everything else, probably don't have to worry about it near as much as they did back in the late 30s, early 40s, up to the 60s and stuff, you know. And it just ended up getting surpassed by the 22-250 and the 223, especially when 223 became a NATO round. Most everybody shooting varmints is getting 223 now, more than likely. Was one of the original chamberings for the Model 70, Winchester Model 70, all the way up to 1964. So very cool. I mean, they discontinued that as one of their standard chamberings in 1964. So that was pretty cool. Made a pretty decent run. That's a damn good cartridge. I mean, it really is. And then so there's a few more I didn't say, and it's not necessarily because I think one are better than the other. It's like you have the 22 Hornet was a great one. That one, the Savage was still making it there for a while. They probably still are in their little bolt action gun and stuff. And the 17 Hornet, you know, definitely good cartridges. Never had much experience with those, never really heard a lot about those, so I just kind of put what I thought. So if you guys have anything else on there, let me know. All right, next cool one, I'm gonna lump it up that I think is gonna be sweet. I was the 22 Creedmoor. So they're starting to get reloading supplies out there now. They're starting to get brass and load data, and I see them on barrel manufacturers' websites now. You can get it as a standard chambering in a custom barrel. The 22 Creedmoor, I think it's going to be just like the 22 250, which, in all honesty, there's a lot of 22 250s out there, so finding the brass for that is going to be pretty easy right now. But with the 22 Creedmoor, just resizing your 6mm Creedmoor or your 6.5 Creedmoor down to that, I think the 22 250 is probably going to go away. The 22 Creedmoor, it's you get them in the 1 in 7, 1 in 7.5 twist. You can shoot up to your, you know, 95 grain or whatever they are, the CR matches. You can shoot all that heavy shit that you love to shoot out of like a 224 Valkyrie, but you actually got the powder and the speed to stabilize that long ass bullet. I think that 22 Creedmoor is going to be the way to go. 22 250, it's pretty cool. It is. I mean, it's been a rocket for a long time. I've had several over the years, and the thing that kind of puts a nail in the coffin, I think, is that 1 in 14 twist barrel that they have. You know, everybody's right now wanting to go out and shoot heavy for caliber bullets and stuff. So I think the 22 Creedmoor has definitely got a damn good footing, and it's probably going to be one of the next calibers coming up in my gun cabinet for sure. I'm not going to do a gun gripe today. Don't have anything lately that I've been seeing in the papers coming up or anything like that I really have to say anything about. So if you guys want to bitch about something that you think I should have said, tell me what cartridge you guys don't like, for what reason, and tell me which one's your favorite, guys. All right, have a great one.